Welcome. Glad that you're here today. And a couple check in here just to make sure we have everything that we need. You want to make sure you've got some weights if you're going to use weights today, or just something heavy that you can hold on to easily, some water to sip on throughout our practice, and just make sure you are ready to go before we get moving. So we'll do just a little check in with our body and with our breath, and just make sure we are settled and present and ready to begin. Maybe take a nice deep breath all the way in and a big breath out. Just let go of the day, let go of your rush to arrive. You know how, when you're playing baseball and they're running around and they kind of make it in on that home run sliding in. That's kind of how I feel like I'm arriving today. So if you have that same feeling, allow yourself to also just shake it off, get present. You have arrived. And begin to check in with that breath now and just allow your breath to flow in and out with ease as you settle into the present moment. If you have an intention or a goal in mind for today's practice, acknowledge what that goal may be for you today. Remember to honor and listen to your body, moving according to your intentions. And if there's anything you would like to let go of before you get moving today, I invite you to take a nice deep breath in and a deep breath out. And as you sigh that breath out, just feel yourself letting something go. And maybe place one hand on your belly, one hand on your heart. And as you inhale, inhale into your belly, inhale into your heart. And as you exhale, feel your hands gently settling in. And for the next minute, continue to cultivate a deeper inhale and a more conscious exhale. And it's okay if you're breathing in when I'm breathing out, or if you're breathing out when I'm breathing in. Just continue to breathe at your own pace. And as you exhale, just bring your awareness to your core. And the muscles of your core work to squeeze that breath out so that your breath becomes slower, deeper, more conscious, and more connected to your core. And then release your arms down to your sides. And the next time you breathe in, give your hands a good squeeze. Maybe lift your shoulders into your ears. And as you exhale, just allow your shoulders to soften, opening the fingers. Maybe roll the shoulders. And we'll do that again. Just inhale, tense and squeeze, just tensing anything that you can. And as you exhale, just feel yourself softening, body, mind, spirit. Just let something go. We'll do that two more times. Inhale when you're ready. Squeeze. Exhale when you're ready. Release. Then one more time. Inhale and exhale. Good. Now maybe just begin to roll your shoulders. You can start with one side or roll through both sides at the same time. Noticing any tension or tightness or discomfort. And then you can roll in the opposite direction or just move in a new direction. Good. When you feel done with that, just allow your arms to rest down by your sides. And then reach to the ground on one side. You don't have to touch the floor, just go as far as you can without falling over. And then maybe shift over to the other side. Now, if both sides are not available to you, just continue to work on one side. And just move at your own pace here. So it becomes a bit of an active stretch, a little more dynamic. So we're not staying in the stretch for very long. So not only are we working to release tension, create a little bit of a stretch, but also to stay engaged with the core so we don't fall out of our chairs. Good. And let's just do two more. And return to center. Let's turn the palms to face forward and just lift your hands up. Turn your palms to face back and press your hands back. So just moving forward and up and down and back. We're just moving nice and easy here at first. Just waking up the body, waking up the joints. And when we move through a nice, easy range of motion, the joints start to move with a little less effort, a little more ease. Good. Last one. And now let's bring the elbows into your rib cage and just lift and lower your elbows. And the hands can be in a fist or they can be relaxed. You can open and squeeze if you want to. We'll be doing this here shortly with some weights. So just working through your natural range of motion. Become aware of anything that might feel tense or tight. Good. Last one. Nice. And now bring your elbows in and open and close your hands. Good. Just about 10 more seconds. Last one. All right, let's start to get a little bit more movement now, as if we're going for a run, or maybe today we're skiing. Okay, so if we're skiing, the arms might be moving in the same direction at the same time. If you're running, they'll be alternating one side only, or both sides. If it's an option for you to add in the feet or the knees, you can lift and lower. And the invitation here is to pick what works best for you. Okay, so you don't have to do what I do. I want you to discover what works for your body. We'll go for about 10 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Good. Now let's do a crisscross and a pull. Crisscross in front of the chest and then pull your elbows back. Good. Just about 8 more seconds. Last one. All right, let's go back to some running or skiing. There's monkey. So moving in your way, I'm just showing you our different options. Good. Let's go 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Come back to crisscross and pull. 10 more seconds. 2, and 1. Good. Come back to your running or your skiing. 10 more seconds. All right, now let's add a little cross punch just on a slight diagonal here. You can alternate sides or stay on the same side. Got 5 more seconds. All right, last one. Let's bring the hands right at the center now, like you're holding onto a rope, and just hand over hand, or one hand reaches and pulls down. Okay, so climbing up this rope. Again, we're not trying to go to our highest intensity just yet. You might be feeling a little bit warm. 3 more seconds. 2, last one. Come back to the cross punch and let's just stay on the same side. Punching across. 5 more seconds. Now you can either stay on the same side, or if the other side is an option for you, go ahead and switch sides. Last one. Very good. Let's come back to our crisscross and pull. Now you can go faster than me. You can go slower than me. You can adapt this exercise any way you need to. And 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Good. Let's go back to running. Running, skiing, any kind of similar type motion. 15 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. And now let's row the boat. You can row across the body like this, or row in front of the body so there's less twisting happening. Okay, so if twisting tends to irritate you, if you notice you don't feel so good after doing a lot of twisting the next day, then just keep it really facing forward with less twisting side to side. Okay, we always have options to adapt and to modify. Good. We're going to go for about 20 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Okay, so that was our little warm up. Have a sip of water if you need to, and then we will transition to our weights. Okay, so if you're using weights today, I've got about 20 seconds or so to make that transition, and then when you're ready, we'll begin our next phase. So today I am using 3-pound weights. You could use 3 pounds, you could use 5 pounds. If your goal is to, create more muscle, you could always add on to that. Just know that the heavier the weights are, the slower you will move, right? So we're going to begin here with our elbows in and the palms open and close. So out to the side to open, come back in to close. Palms are facing up, elbows are hugging in, and just this small movement in the shoulder. Okay, so if I had, say, 5-pound weights or 8-pound weights, I wouldn't be going quite as fast as I am with 3-pound weights. So we're about halfway through each of these exercises. We'll go for about a minute. Good. 5 more seconds. 2 and 1. Very good. All right, now keep your elbows in. Lift and lower your elbows. And it's out to the side on a slight diagonal. Okay, so if you kind of look out the corner of each eye, you should be able to see your elbow. You could always do one side only or alternate your sides. Doing great. About halfway through. 10 more seconds. Last one. Very nice. All right, next exercise, arms down by your sides. Lift a straight arm in front of your chest. So you're just going to lift your hand to about chest level, keeping the elbow relatively straight. There might be a slight little curvature in that elbow, that's fine, but we're not doing a bicep curl, right? So we're lifting from the shoulder joint rather than bending and extending from the elbow joint. We're already halfway there. So you can do a single arm or alternating arms or both arms or a little bit of both. Good. Keep it moving about 10 more seconds. Last one. Very good. Okay. Bicep curls. Arms down by your sides. Start with your palms facing in and then bend your elbow and turn your palm to face up. So there's a bit of a rotation that happens here in the forearm. Now, if that's not ideal for you, then do what works best. You could just keep that palm facing forward and up as you lower and lift. That is also an option. Or you can keep the palms facing in the whole time. I call this a hammer curl, just a different variation of a bicep curl. We're a little more than halfway through. Kind of really slow down a little bit as you extend. It is on that extension that we're actually building the muscle tissue. You would think it would be on the contraction, but it's actually on the lengthening of that muscle. Good. 3 more seconds. Last one. Very nice. Okay. Now we have triceps options. You can extend overhead. If that feels tricky for your shoulder, you can take the arm behind you. See if that feels a little better. You could also do an isometric press by pressing your hands down into your seat. You're pushing yourself up out of your chair. Or finally, if your elbows reach the back of your seat, press and release your elbows straight back. So we're about 30 seconds in. We've got about 30 seconds to go. So pick which way works best for you. And with these, you also have the option to do something completely different. So if you know a variation that you enjoy, feel free to share that with the rest of us. Or you can just fill in a different exercise. All right, we've got about 5 more seconds. Last one. Excellent. All right, so we have a quick break between our rounds. We'll have 3 rounds today of lifting weights. Maybe have a sip of water. Okay. When you're ready to begin again, come back into your ready position. Elbows up, or sorry, palms up, elbows back. And this is for the shoulder, the muscles that support the shoulder. We call it the rotator cuff because it assists in this rotation. It helps provide mobility and stability of the shoulder joint. Good. We're about halfway through. Now, if you have options for weights, if you have lighter weights and heavier weights, you could always use a different load for each of our cycles of exercises today. You could go up, you could go down with each set. Good. About 5 more seconds. 2. Last one. Excellent. Okay. Lateral raises. This is for our lateral deltoid muscle. Another important muscle for stabilizing the shoulder joint. Also stabilizes the arm in the joint. Kind of important. We want it to be strong and mobile. Good. We are halfway through. Remembering your options, you could always do one side only or alternate your sides. Good. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very nice. Checking with your breath. Bring your arms down to your sides. Lift and lower in front of your body. Single arm or both at the same time. Hmm. So notice from time to time, sometimes we hold our breath when we're concentrating and working hard. We're halfway through. And if you're holding your breath, you might start to feel a little lightheaded. So it's always a good idea to just check in, make sure you're breathing. Got about 10 more seconds. Last one. Very good. Okay. Bicep curls. I'm going to give you a different variation. Palms can face out, elbows stay in. So it's a little bit more of a lateral bicep curl. Now, it's not directly out to the side. It's hard to tell in the frame, but you're on a bit of a diagonal. So again, you see your hands out of the corner of your eye. Again, this is just a variation. You can come back to our first variation. We're halfway through. Or you can choose a hammer curl, just another variation, or the lateral curl. Good. We've got about 10 more seconds. Looking great. 3 more seconds. Last one. Very nice. Okay, so pick your triceps exercise that you did from the first round. Maybe it's an overhead, maybe it's both, or a single. Full extension. Good. And we're about halfway through. Doing great, y'all. Takes a lot of energy to hold our hand over our head. Make sure you're breathing. 3 more seconds. Last one. Very good. All right, round 2 is done. We have one more round to go. For your third round, you could do this without weights or with heavier weights or with the exact same weights you have. Okay, have a sip of water if you need it. Getting a little warm in here. I gotta turn my air conditioner on. Okay. When you're ready, come back into your starting position. Elbows back, palms are open towards the ceiling. Open and close your hands out and in. Well, again, this could be single arm or alternate arms or both arms. And 30 more seconds. Moving with control. Try not to go too fast. If we start to go fast, then momentum will take over. We want to stay focused, stay present, moving mindfully. 3 more seconds. Last one. Very good. Elbows in, lift and lower. One arm or both arms. Okay. I don't think I've talked about this yet, but if it's feeling pretty light and easy, maybe extend your arms out straight. It's going to increase the load, make it a little bit heavier, a little more challenging. We're about halfway through. Ten more seconds. Last one. Very good. Okay. Arms down by your sides. Lift and lower in front of the chest. And stop before you get any higher than the shoulder. Notice how if you slow it down, maybe it gets a little bit harder to do. We're halfway through. Doing great. 10 more seconds. 4, 3, 2, and 1. All right. So bicep curl of choice. I'm just going to show a little bit of all of them. So we have a hammer curl. The palm stays facing in. You can rotate the forearm as you lift and lower for traditional bicep. You can just keep the palms just like they are, facing towards the ceiling. Or lateral bicep, it's a little bit more on a diagonal out to your side. So yeah, lots of options for biceps here. And we're about halfway through. Do a single arm. It's an option for both arms. You can do both arms or alternate each side. Doing great. Got about 10 more seconds. Last one. Okay, one more set of triceps. So pick what works better for you. Doing great. You can always do a little bit of any of the variations that work, mixing it up for some variety. We're about halfway through. Ten more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, well done, y'all. We are done with our weights. With that being said, if you want to use your weights for the next portion of our workout, you're welcome to do so. I do recommend that if you're going to use weights, that it's something smaller because we'll be moving a little bit faster for our high intensity sequence. Okay. So this is high intensity interval training, HIIT or HIT. Okay. Which means we're going to start to go at our highest level now, highest intensity with this run. If it's an option to add your feet, do so, moving as fast as you can. We're going to go for about 40, 45 seconds for each of these exercises. And then we'll take a moment to rest. And those rest periods are as important as the periods of movement. It's during that rest that we can give our body the time that it needs to recover so that we can keep on going at our highest intensity and level. Okay? So it's a bit of a run or skiing, right? Just getting everything moving a little bit faster. You might notice I'm kind of rocking a little bit. You can shift forward and back if you want to. We've got 3 more seconds, 2 and 1, and now let's rest. Okay, so during that rest, you want to breathe, maybe have some water, check in, and then let's begin again. New exercise. So hands on your legs, reach up and reach down, up and down. Right? Both sides aren't an option for you. One side only works just as well. We're tapping the leg in between the high and the low. Only reaching as high as your shoulders are comfortable. Reaching as low as you can stay balanced and stable. 5 more seconds. One more. Very good. All right, little break. Deep breath in. Complete breath out. Squeeze that breath out. Okay. Now turn the palms to face down. We're going to start playing those drums. So here we go. You got drums everywhere today. You have little drums in front of you, tall drums, and drums off to the side, drums above you, drums out to the side. All right, so adding in that variety and complexity, your imagination. Good. Keeping it moving. Got about 15 seconds. 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. All right, good time to check in during the break. If you want to keep moving, that's fine. Just pace yourself, listen to your body. All right, so next up, let's chop some wood. So we have an axe right here. We're going to chop up and down. Either both hands, one arm. Imagine that you truly are chopping wood. Feel that contact. You have to stop and start, activating the core. 10 more seconds. Last one. Good. All right, shake that off. 10 seconds of rest. All right, let's begin again. This time we're going to catch some flies. Maybe we're catching butterflies today. Maybe we're catching fireflies. We still have some fireflies out there. Good. Now I'm adding a bit of a squeeze and release motion with my hands. If that's not an option for you, just keep the hands open, fingers just slightly relaxed. like you're scooping them in, and they're everywhere. So under and above and beside you, behind you. So really working into what is available for your body today. We've got 3 more seconds. Two, last one, and let's rest. Very good. All right. Deep breath in, deep breath out. We'll come into a ready position for speed punches. Elbows up, hands at your chest, circling those fists. And you can stay still and just move the arms, the hands, the fists. If it's an option for you to lean a little bit with it, you can lean forward and back or just lean back. So you can kind of play with the position of your body in space to play with the intensity of the exercise. Good. Got about 10 more seconds. You can even shift a little bit side to side, like you're dodging. Good. 3 more seconds. Last one. Very nice. Okay. We're done with that. Shake it off. Deep breath in, deep breath out, slow it down. Now let's climb some rope. Here we go. Hand over hand or one hand only. And keeping the elbows slightly bent throughout the whole movement. So we're not trying to reach all the way up to the sky, just right here in front of your body. Fifteen seconds. For those of you, if it's an option to add in the legs and the feet, you can add that anytime it seems appropriate for you. We've got 5 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, shake it off. Okay, crisscross pull. We'll start with our elbows behind, and here we go. Crisscross pull. If crisscrossing creates any kind of strain or discomfort, then just punch and pull. Whatever you choose to do, keep on moving. 15 seconds. You can go faster than me or slower than me. 5 more seconds. Last one, and rest. Very good. Take a nice breath. Okay, a new set of punches will start in a ready position, elbows back, hands and fists. Punch up, punch out, up, out. When you punch up, the elbows stay bent. Pace yourself, finding your tempo, your speed. You can speed it up, you can slow it down. Good. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, shake it off. Have some water, check in. Do you feel like you can push your intensity a little bit more, or do you need to back up a little bit? All right, let's go ahead and play those drums again. So here we go. Start when you're ready. You can start in front of your body and then start to play with moving away from the center of your body, above your head, beside you. Good. Keeping it moving all directions. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Okay. Let's chop some wood. We'll come back to our axe. And here we go. Use your breath for control, for power, stability. Exhales help us stay connected to our core. Good. Keeping us balanced and strong and stable. Let's do 10 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. We're done. Good. All right. Have a little sip of water if you need to. Check out your shoulders. Little stretches. And when you're ready, let's begin our rowboat. So you can go either side to side, a crossing motion, kind of a figure 8, or in front of the body, forward and back. Speed it up as you choose. Find your own rhythm, your own pace. You are looking great. You can absolutely choose to go faster than me. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Deep breath in and out. Let's go back to our speed punches. And here we go. Circling those fists, elbows stay lifted. You can lean back and keep leaning back. You can lean a little forward and lean a little back, staying in motion. Perhaps you are dodging an opponent. Okay, so use your imagination, listen to your body, moving in your body's way. 10 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. Okay. Let's go back to crisscross pull, the elbows behind you, and let's begin. Now again, you can modify this and punch and pull instead, or add that crisscross in front of the chest. Fifteen seconds. Make sure you're breathing. And 3, 2, 1, and rest. Very good. All right. Coming down the home stretch. Have a sip of water if you need it. All right, let's chop across this time. So we have an X from shoulder to opposite knee. Doing great. 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. Shake that off. Have a quick little break, and then we'll repeat this on the second side. Maybe your second side is the same side, so according to you and your body, get into a ready position. And here we go. Shoulder to opposite knee. Good. Use that breath for power and control. About 10 more seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Very good. All right, shake that off. This time, we'll climb some rope. When you're ready, come into your ready position. Get a little head start. We're a little early, and that's okay. When you're ready, you can speed it up. Nice and steady. Doing great, y'all. Almost there. Ten more seconds. I know I'm getting warm. 3 more seconds. 2 and 1. Very good. Okay, let's have a sip of water. And then our final round, we're going to go for longer than just 40 seconds. We're really doing about 45 seconds, somewhere in that realm. But this time we're going to go for about 2 full minutes. Okay, a little bit of a medley of everything. So when you're ready, come into your ready position. We'll start with a little bit of a run, running or skiing. Okay, so get it moving, keep it going. All right, now let's reach up, reach down. 3 more seconds. 2, last one. Good. Now some speed punches. It's our last little cardio burst. All right, now one arm only. Punch across the body. If this doesn't feel good, then punch forward instead, but it's a full extended punch. Got about 5 more seconds. It's an option for you to switch sides, or continue on the same side. About 5 more seconds. 3, 2, 1. Very good. Let's juggle some balls. I don't think we've done any juggling yet today, so we'll do a little extra juggling before we go. Tossing those balls up in the air, catching them expertly every time. We don't ever drop the balls. It's the beautiful thing about invisible balls. You don't have to drop them. Maybe you're juggling 3 balls, maybe 10 balls. Maybe they're bowling balls or axes or fire. Good. Keep it going. 5 more seconds. And 3, 2, 1. Very good. And finally, let's chop some wood. 5 more seconds. Last one. Shoo, very good. All right, shake that off. Deep breath in, deep breath out. Let your hands rest on top of your legs. And as you inhale, slide your elbows back, look up. And as you exhale, slide your fingers forward, look down. And continue here with your breath. Inhale, look up. And exhale, look down. Inhale and exhale. We'll do 2 more. Last one. And come back to neutral. Just keep your right hand on your knee. Slide your left hand to the chair just behind that left hip. And deep breath in. And deep breath out. And slide that left hand to the knee. And right hand, or sorry, yeah, right hand can slide back behind you. And sit nice and tall. Connect to your breath. And on your inhale, come back to center. And fingertips on your shoulders, just circle your elbows one way. And circle the other way. And then give yourself a big hug. And deep breath into the back of your body. And deep breath out. And then just allow the backs of your hands to rest on your legs. And take a moment to acknowledge the effects of this practice. Let your breath become smooth and calm and even. And if there's anything you'd like to let go before you move back into your day, take a deep breath all the way in. Big sigh out, let something go. And move back into your day with peace, grace, strength, and ease. Thank you all so much for joining me today. Hope you have a great rest of your day.